Golvellius Valley of Doom is an action-adventure game launched for the Master System in 1988. The game was created by Compile, the same studio behind The Last Day, Musha, The Guardian Legend, Puyo Puyo, and whose founders would later go on to establish Compile Heart, the same studio behind the Hyperdimension Neptunia series. So, yeah, these guys have quite a track record. Anyway, Golvellius is similar to Legend of Zelda, except this game focuses a lot more on action and doesn't really have much of a puzzle element to it. More on that later. The game comes in a standard Master System packaging. I love how the box art retains the main character's green hair. Usually Western box art interpretations tend to downplay the anime aspect of Japanese games. But I'm guessing this time they couldn't get around that, considering our main character's green hair is pretty prominent during gameplay and the title screen. The game also comes with a black and white manual, which does a good job at describing the game and even gives you basic concept art, something which was missing from a lot of European manuals. Anyway, booting up the game, you're given some backstory about how the king is sick and his daughter was captured while trying to find a herb to cure him. So now it's your job to fix all of this. The game is divided into 3 gameplay areas: the overworld, side-scrolling dungeons, and forced scrolling levels which kind of play like shmups. The most common one is the overworld. Here, the game plays a lot like The Legend of Zelda. You're expected to explore through this world, find secrets, collect gear and items, that sort of thing. The major difference here is that unlike The Legend of Zelda, this game is completely linear. You'll always enter every dungeon, area, level, and fight each boss in the same order. When you defeat a boss, a new area will open up to you so that you can explore further. You can still go back to previous areas you've cleared though, which is usually a good idea, as sometimes you'll unlock abilities which might help you find new gear in areas you've previously been to. Another difference between Golvellius and Legend of Zelda is that all the items you get are passive. In Legend of Zelda, you're expected to enter a menu and switch items all the time depending on the situation. Here, you have a similar menu, but it only displays the gear you've acquired. You don't need to equip anything to actually use it. Because of this, Golvellius doesn't really focus on solving puzzles. Instead, most of the screens you visit require you to kill a certain number of enemies so that a hole pops up. And once you enter one of these holes, an NPC will be there who will either give you hints, heal you, or try to sell you gear. Although sometimes, they'll just say completely random things. Okay. Some of the gear you'll acquire includes potions which increase your max health, a Maya herb... Wait, isn't that the thing I need to cure the king? Wait a second, I can get this before I even fight the first boss? How the hell did you even get kidnapped? Other items include a Bible which... wait, how does a Bible increase your gold? Explain this, atheists. Wait, you're charging $500 for a freaking Bible? Jesus Christ, what kind of Bible is this? Anyway, yeah, this game will require a lot of grinding, because you have to buy every piece of gear and item you find. At least you don't have to pick up rupees or anything, your gold automatically increases each time you kill an enemy. And whenever you enter a new area, you'll always be underpowered. So it's a good idea to search for NPCs and buy as many upgrades as you can. So my recommendation is to find a spot with a healing NPC and start farming for gold. There's actually a few good farming spots in the desert and graveyard areas, which are near healing spots and are filled with green snakes, which are easy to kill and give decent amounts of gold. Sometimes a hole will reveal a boss dungeon. Boss dungeons can either be side-scrollers or forced scrolling levels. During the side-scrollers, your character can move left or right, but he can't turn, meaning you can't attack enemies behind you. Moreover, if you get too close to the edge of the screen, you'll be kicked out of the dungeon. So sometimes, the levels will be designed in a way that either trap you and force you to retreat, or the enemy placement will actively push you out of the dungeons. The forced scrolling levels kind of remind me of a shmup, except you only have your melee attack. Again, if you get trapped between walls, you'll be kicked out of the dungeon. And sometimes, the level design will have traps which force you out of the dungeon. The worst part is that you have no way of knowing when you're close to a trap like this. You'll just have to memorize the level and know when to dodge. At least the boss fights tend to be really easy. And I'm pretty sure the third boss, Bacular, is bugged because his fireballs never caused me any damage. And from there on, it's basically a case of rinse and repeat as new areas open up to you, you randomly fight enemies hoping to open new spots, speak to more NPCs, buy more upgrades. Hey, wait a minute, aren't you the same lady from before? And now you're selling me another Bible? And this one's even more expensive? Yeah, you know what? No, screw that, I don't want anything to do with your religion. The side-scrolling and shmup levels are all fairly accessible in terms of difficulty, but the overworld is relentless. And when you die, you'll be shown a pretty long password. Personally, I just use my phone to take a picture of the password screen. Otherwise, be prepared for something like this. Golvellius is also compatible with the FM audio upgrade. I generally prefer the FM audio, but I gotta say, there are some songs where I prefer the original PSG audio. What do you think? I should also point out that Golvellius was originally an MSX game. I've never played the MSX version, but the levels look pretty similar, except the Master System version features better graphics. And the game was also remade for the MSX2, which seems to feature better audio, better graphics, and different level design. The audio in this version is the same as the Master System's FM audio, and the graphics still look a bit inferior to the Master System. But the level design does seem more polished from what I've seen. Overall, Golvellius is a great game for the Master System. Yes, there's a lot of grinding, the level design isn't perfect, and the difficulty seems to rubber band between too difficult or too easy, depending on whether you're in the overworld or the action stages. But I feel the game is greater than the sum of its parts. It features several gameplay styles and provides a real sense of progression. Is it as good as The Legend of Zelda? Personally, I don't think it is, but it's not trying to be a Zelda game either. Yes, it draws some clear inspirations, but by focusing more on action instead of puzzles and dungeon navigation, Golvellius feels very much like its own thing. I just wish the overworld wasn't so brutal. Oh, thank God, an angel. I was so close to death. By the way, do you know there's this old lady selling $500 Bibles? Well, whatever. Now I can get some healing. Wait, you want money to heal me? And you're kicking me out because I don't have any? I am literally bleeding on the floor and you're telling me to get out? Do you know what I had to go through to get here? I am literally trying to save your king, rescue the princess, save the world, and you're all just trying to con me out of my money? No, you know what? Screw this, I'm out. You guys can go just save yourselves. I'm out. Goddamn leeches. Hey everyone, thank you for watching SteelKids Retro Corner. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe for a new video every Thursday. And be sure to hit that notification bell icon to know when a new video is out. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Bye!